Welcome to Moonlight Investigation. We go over Canada's most mysteriously dark unanswered disappearances. Today's case is one we can all assist with. Let's get right into it. 49 years missing. 27-year-old Ron and 23-year-old Terry, an adventurous couple. Terry, a reporter at the Edmonton Journal, and Ron was editor of Poundmaker, the city's alternative newspaper. Planned to uproot to find more jobs from home in Edmonton to the Maritimes. Terry furthered journalism in a newspaper and Ron a teaching job. With a wedding to attend in Montreal, Quebec on June 16. On June 1, 1973, they packed up their beaten-up 1959 Volkswagen Beetle. Friends gathered at Thier home to say goodbye. None of them trusted the Beetle would make it. Last known place they made it to was Dryden, Ontario. A friend received their last known correspondence, a postcard dated June 6 from Dryden, Ontario, that simply read "Naya," which meant they were making perfect time and a $50 bet would be lost. It raised a slight alarm when the couple didn't make the wedding on the 16th, but again they were adventurous. The report of them missing came weeks later, and it took months before any search of the couple began. The tiny car was battered, but drivable. The faded red color and mismatched green hood and fender made the vehicle stand out, but not nearly as much as the 6 feet bright white kayak tied to the roof and the many boxes and household supplies packed into the tiny backseat. The bright yellow Alberta license plate would also have stuck out to any eyewitnesses. CA 262. After being investigated from Dryden, Ontario, police are uncertain if they continued on the journey through Canada via Highway 17, which at the time was narrow, hilly and very remote, or if they decided to cross into the United States at International Falls and continued to Duluth, Minnesota via larger and faster interstate highways to cut across and slip back into Canada near Sault Ste. Marie or Detroit. At the time, no records were kept of border crossings. It is uncertain if they did cross any borders. However, Ron didn't have a passport. Let's go over possible outcomes, routes and places that should be searched. There's a lot. Starting from Dryden, Ontario in 1973. 23 driving hours away from Montreal, to be safe we will say 2 days reaching Thier destination. Factoring in sleep, eating and sightseeing. Cross province via Highway 17, the Trans-Canada Highway. Through the Canadian Shield. A hilly, narrow forested area with 1,000 lakes. Despite the isolation of the highway, it is well traveled throughout its length. The section of Highway 17 north of Lake Superior is regarded as one of the most scenic drives in the province. The lakes being so close, the windy roads. Could they have driven into them? Possible waterways to come up on the route are deep enough and can hold secrets. Thunder Lake, Jackfish Lake, English River Bridge. From there some possibilities are Nipigon Bay, Lake Superior stretches right to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario along Highway 17. Lozone Lake if they reached Algoma Mills, Ontario, many more. Frankly, I don't believe they made it this far. But I can make a part 2 to this for further possibilities. All the way to Montreal. Let's have the possibilities they went to Niagara Falls. They had plenty of days to explore, but they would have sent more postcards to Thier friends and family during their exploration. Being adventurous and journalists, I believe they would have shared the beauty of Thier travels. Could they have joined a commune? Common in the 1970s. Still doesn't explain why nobody had ever come across their car. It surely is a mystery, and one person couldn't solve this alone. It will take just one piece of evidence from one Ontario town, one boater, a license plate to find Terry and Ron Yakimchuk. What are your thoughts?